football. Introducing first, from San Diego, California, by way of Nebraska, weighing in at 215 pounds, the Midwest Mafioso, Joey Gambino.
Christian, we've had a fantastic night of action thus far here at XWE Awakening, and tonight, Joey Gambino makes his way down to ringside. What can you tell us about Joey Gambino?
You know what? I can tell you what I'm seeing right now. It is very interesting seeing Joey Gambino come to the ring alone and not with Dick Richards, the advisor of the Empire, in tow.
His opponent, from Detroit, Michigan, he is the Knockout King, Handgun Dan.
If there's one thing that I know and I recognize about handguns, they are dangerous. They are career-altering in the professional wrestling ring. Handgun Dan making his way down to ringside here tonight, Christian.
What an ovation for one half of the former XWE Tag Team Champions, a man I am very familiar with as I've had many legendary matches. I'm talking, of course, the Rebel Hearts versus the Knockout Kings, the trilogy that we had, ending with them unfortunately taking the KWA Tag Team titles from us in Hutchinson, Kansas at the historic Memorial Hall at Wrestle Brawl, a match, a night I'll never forget. Through everything though, Handgun Dan and his former tag team partner Pierce Price, they were a heck of a team, and they were one hell of competitors too, absolutely.
This matchup is going to be one fall to a finish. No time limit employed here on the evening for this contest. Seems as though Joey Gambino doesn't want to hand over what our official seems to be considering a weapon tonight.
Absolutely. We've seen him use that cane to devastating effect on folks like the likes of Johnny Faith, injuring him nearly severely, nearly ending his career with that cane. Like, as I mentioned earlier, when Joey Gambino came out, it was interesting seeing him without the Empire advisor Dick Richards. And from what I understand here, he is no longer under contract with the Empire. He is now a hired gun. Apparently anyone can hire him for their services, which I hate to speculate to what extent this Midwest mafioso would go to get paid in this industry.
Well, I might need to keep that in mind personally, but nevertheless, Joey Gambino and Handgun Dan are set for one fall to a finish tonight. This matchup have a lot of championship implications in terms of the rankings in our divisions here next to him.
Absolutely. A big win for Handgun Dan for sure if he can knock off Joey Gambino, a former United United Liberty champion, held the belt for several months before finally being dethroned by our current champion, Johnny Faith. Handgun Dan getting the crowd behind him here at the expense of Joey Gambino, and Gambino is not having it whatsoever.
Joey Gambino really soaking in the adulation from the crowd here tonight.
Absolutely.
Colorado tie-up now between both men. A forceful start to this contest, getting things into gear. Handgun Dan, though, finds himself on the offensive. And just as I say that, commentators curse. Joey Gambino finds himself on the offensive. Beautiful arm drag. Down now, controlling the entirety of that left shoulder. I like to say, if you can control the left shoulder, you really control the entirety of the body, Christian.
May have two bruisers in this ring, but keep in mind, Joey Gambino was trained by the one and only Nick Eugene Dinsmore. So that technical ability is still in there, and Joey Gambino has definitely been instilled by him. But Handgun Dan's showing some technical ability of his own here. A nice arm drag.
Yeah, I'm liking everything that I'm seeing out of these two cats. You know, this is my first time being able to witness both of these men in in-ring competition, and they're definitely impressing me from the get-go, but the truth is, only one man can walk away with the victory. Is it going to be Handgun Dan? Is it going to be Joey Gambino? At this point, it's too close to call.
I think it'll definitely come down to which one can hit their devastating finishing maneuver first. Obviously, Joey Gambino with his kill switch-like maneuver that he likes to call the code of silence. And Handgun Dan, they don't call him Handgun for nothing, because his hands are definitely guns. He will get that knockout punch, and I've seen him put away many an opponent with that right hand.
Yeah, Handgun Dan, those are registered weapons that we were talking about in the middle of the ring.
Getting the crowd fired up behind Handgun Dan, getting the advantage early. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Collar number once again between both men. Going back to the technical stylings, amateur stylings now from Handgun Dan.
Excellent fireman's carry, and once again back to the arm. Now with the code of silence move, Joey Gambino would need use of both of his arms, so very smart, technical and very smart attacking the arm by Handgun Dan. Keeping the offense pointed towards that.
Dan now up and down once again, and those moves, they're not going to win you matches, but they're going to disorient you and get you closer to your end goal.
Absolutely. Handgun Dan obviously coming into this match with an awesome strategy, and it's very, very much working out in his favor as we start. Gambino reeling for sure.
We're having a very slow start to this matchup, but they're taking their time in this middle of the squared circle, really feeling each other out. Both of these men want to walk away with the victory here tonight.
As you mentioned earlier, no time limit on this one. Definitely need to pace themselves as Gambino yelling at referee Jeff Mitchell here.
Joey Gambino clothesline in the corner to Handgun Dan.
Taking advantage now too. Handgun Dan definitely in trouble. Now Gambino using the ropes to his advantage here. Referee Jeff needs to get involved in this too. Gambino getting in his face now.
Go for the cover now is Joey Gambino, and not even a one count. The official hadn't even made his way down to the ground yet. Handgun Dan already kicking out.
As I mentioned earlier, Handgun Dan, definitely one of the most tough competitors I have ever been in the ring with. It's going to take a lot to keep him down for a count of 3.
Gambino cover once again. 1, 2. The official calls it a 2 count. Gambino going straight from that pinning attempt back to the rear chin lock.
Any advantage Gambino will take, he definitely shall.
You can't let up on a competitor like Handgun Dan. With this being my first time seeing him compete in the middle of the squared circle, I'm already noticing this is a man who is built off of the term resiliency.
Absolutely. After coming back from that devastating ankle injury from 2 years ago, it's nice to see him back into the ring, even if it's in a singles capacity. But right now, he's trying to show what he's got against Gambino. Misses. Gambino Gambino taking advantage of the miss there.
Yeah, Gambino up. He's got him. He's got to plant him, and he does. Handgun Dan down. Dan down. Gambino off the ropes once again. The elbow strike to the skull. Cover. Just a 1 count.
That hit the mark 100% there. Gambino looking to keep the advantage over there. Stomped to the throat.
And Gambino's really trying to fire off rounds, but I've never seen it as wise to fire rounds into a handgun, Christian.
Once again, yelling at this crowd, showing his disdain for them. Another kick to the head.
Gambino's doing a great job staying on top of Handgun Dan here. And once again, middle rope elbow into the cover. Not enough, though, to put Handgun Dan down.
Shades of the hitman Bret Hart with that diving elbow from the second rope there. Handgun Dan's in trouble. He needs to find a way to change the momentum in his favor, and quick. There you go. There you go.
Rope now, Dan trying to build upon this drop kick, sending down Gambino.
Wow, what a maneuver by Handgun Dan. Of all the years I have seen him, I have never seen him bust out a second rope drop kick in any capacity.
Well, desperate men do desperate things, and Handgun Dan is desperate. He's pulling for a victory right now, but you notice he wasn't capable of capitalizing off of the drop kick. He wasn't able to cover. Joey Gambino for the 3 count.
Referee Jeff up to the count of 4 now. Looks like Gambino getting to his feet first. Oh!
Back and forth strike combinations. Gambino, Dan.
These two brawlers going toe-to-toe right here. Gambino, as of this moment, gains the advantage with those right hands.
You never know. It's only a matter of seconds. A millisecond is all it'll take for Handgun Dan to bust out that knockout punch.
Deep arm drag. Well done by Handgun.
Oh, Japanese arm drag. Very innovative.
Daring him to stand to his feet.
He's calling for it. Ducking underneath is Dan. Up and down. Back body drop. That's a long way down for Joey Gambino.
The strength of Handgun Dan to throw Gambino way up into the air. And Gambino comes crashing down, and now we're looking for that right hand from Handgun Dan. He's put many opponent away with it.
Ooh, the double leg amateur stylings here from Joey Gambino.
He's looking for the Midwest Cloverleaf. The Midwest Cloverleaf here.
Midwest Cloverleaf.
He's made many opponent tap with this same submission maneuver.
The Handgun Dan had it well scouted tonight.
Cocking it up.
Ducking underneath is Gambino.
Oh, here it is, the code of silence.
Code of silence to Handgun Dan, the cover. And this might be it.
What a phenomenal showing by both these men.
The winner of the match, Joey Gambino.
Silence. He's able to put Handgun Dan down for the 3 count tonight.
You know Handgun Dan is going to be going back to the drawing board after this matchup. Joey Gambino, however, he's heading to the back to celebrate.
Looking to definitely get back into the United Liberty title. And a big win tonight gets him a step in the right direction. As we can see Handgun Dan.
Let's hear it for Handgun Dan.
Respect shown by the XWE universe here too. I know Handgun Dan will be back next time.